Done. Okay, Lizzie, final screws in place on this side. Great. Now take care of the other side while I run a final digital check. Once that is finished, I think we're actually ready for a first real practical test. Awesome. And by the way, I really appreciate that you were able to look past the personal difficulties you have with me in favor of the betterment of this project. I know how much of a lone wolf type of mare you are, so the fact that you actually swallowed your pride and asked me for assistance is a real sign of personal growth. Well, what can I say? In the end, all that matters is that my endeavors are successful, so who cares about the means by which I achieve them? And say, how do you like the gift I made you? I do hope it helped to bring my truthfulness across in wanting to team up with you. It wasn't really necessary from my point of view, as I probably would have helped you anyways. After all, that way I wouldn't be behind you at all, cause we're literally on the same page, but I still am thankful for it. I always wanted a real lab coat like all the professionals wear it. And how did you know my favorite color was purple? You could call it a lucky guess. I simply thought purple would be the only fitting color for this coat if you were to be my assistant. So, are you finished with the last screws? Just about. Just one last turn. Alright, all done. Excellent. That marks the first real test run of my newest project, the recolorizer. So, Liz, would you now maybe like to tell me what exactly this machine does? Will it help us getting our horns? In a way, yes. It marks a very important step on the way there, that much for sure. And depending on if this test is a success, it might also give way to another change in my life for the better. And that being? You'll see. Now brace yourself. It's time to begin. You best tighten that lab coat. We don't know how much energy the machine will release. Okay, if you say so. Done! Hit it, Lizzie! Farewell, Sophie. What did you say? Nothing? Did it work? Sophie? Holy shit, what the fuck just happened? Did it malfunction? That was just a giant energy discharge. Sophie, you're alive? Are you alright? I think so. What was that all about? Did the machine work as intended? What was it even supposed to do? Well, you see, it kinda did. What I mean is it was intended to release the energy, but not like this. And what exactly was it supposed to do? Whoa, look at this! My lab coat, it's white all of a sudden. Any trace of purple are gone. Did the machine do that? Huh, I see. So it did work, but it wasn't strong enough. Seems logical. After all, you need the entire country's magic to fully power it up. So, yeah, it did work. Good job, Sophie. Thanks for the help. Always a pleasure helping a fellow scientist out. See? Don't we accomplish so much more when we work together instead of against each other? Oh, please don't act like you're not just looking for an opportunity to steal my plans and get to working on your own device. Well, it wouldn't really be stealing if you allowed it to happen, you know. So, could I have a copy, please? Let me think on that real quick. Oh, now I got the answer. No. Excuse me. Yes, what is it?
Now, Dr. Grass, what is this tone? I demand a little more respect when addressing your princess.
Sorry, Princess. I'm just exhausted because I've been working all day to get the recolorizer running. I've just run a test, by the way.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing about it in your report. We shall talk this matter in person.
In person? Okay, and when will this report be due?
Right now, I'm already upstairs in your living room. Please come see me.
What? You're here? How did you... Oh, never mind. I'll be there in a minute. I'm heading upstairs, Sophie. There's some business to attend to. Don't touch anything! Sure thing, Lizzie.
Welcome, Dr. Grass.
Greetings, Princess. Now, we should not take too long with this. My partner is down in the lab and she might notice you here.
Let that be my concern who notices me and who doesn't. You said that you were running a test with the recolorizer. What are the results?
Well, it does work as intended, yet not strong enough. While it did turn a purple lab coat to white, the coat itself remained whole. Obviously, I need to work on the power output.
Normally, yes, but you're in luck. The fact that your first test didn't meet my demands is fortunately not detrimental to you, as I have decided to move on to a better plan. I hereby order that you cease all work on the recolorizer project. You have a new task now.
Seriously, I spent the last weeks working on this thing every day and now you just want me to leave it unfinished after investing so much time, effort, and money into it.
Well, I can't help you about the time or the effort, but the money put into it was mine. Trust me, I made this decision very carefully. It will all be worth it in the long run, because this new idea will bring me back into power way faster than the recolorizer could.
Sure, it's not like I have a say in this anyways. So what is the new project you have in mind?
I actually have my sister to thank for that, but before that I must express my disappointment in the quality of Agent Codified. That one clone you made only seemed flawless, but on his first mission, he spontaneously melted into goo.
Honestly, I could have told you that from the start. The basis for creating this new clone was too lacking to begin with, but you insisted that I tried either way. It was clear to me that even if the process was successful, without an original in the juice tank, the remaining data would not be sufficient to stabilize him.
You know, Dr. Grass, contrary to my personality, I will in fact admit that I would not have listened to your concerns if you had voiced them. But know that I'm only doing that to save us your upset rebuttal. Coming back to my new plan, I came up with the idea when Agent Codified failed to capture my sister. She made a comment that reminded me of her own past as Nightmare Moon, and at the same time of my own version of that. And I figured, why should I not also try to take my crown by force if I'm able to? In short, I'm planning to become Daybreaker, and you're going to help me with that.
And how exactly am I gonna do that? How could my science help you become a creature of dark magic?
I'm glad you're asking, because this new idea of mine is truly of rivaling brilliance. Seeing as it took Luna a literal eternity to become Nightmare Moon, I intend to artificially speed up the process. In myself, I harbor a deep contempt and hatred for many things in Equestria, most of all Twilight and what she has taken from me. Right next to Purple itself. But still, it's not enough. It will however serve as the base of my new plan, and as all we will need to see it through. In order to become Daybreaker, my inner darkness must be amplified. And that's where you come into play.
So far so good. But I still don't quite understand my role in this. What would you have me do?
You are to build a hate chip.
Of what? Did you just say hate chip? What is that even supposed to mean?
Did you play the Sly Cooper games growing up?
Oh my god, so it actually is what it sounds like. You're referring to clockwork.
More specifically to Clockla from the second game, and that special part of her body that channeled all of her might. The hate chip. And I want you to build a similar one for me. One that can also amplify the hate and harness its power. Only that in this case, I wanted to create a corrupted dark magic to turn me into Daybreaker. The other intended purpose would be a waste, since I already am immortal.
Alright, even ignoring the sheer preposterousness of this idea, how am I supposed to make this chip compatible to your body? Clockwork was entirely mechanical, but I don't see a way to build an organic hate chip.
That's simple. I'll just provide my own magical power to forge it. The familiar energies will then attract each other and merge within me.
I don't know. We're treading on dangerously uncharted territory with this endeavor. Never before has any pony willingly corrupted themselves with dark magic. At least not while fully knowing the consequences and choosing to ignore them. And you only know about the effects of normal magic. There is no way to say what consequences implementing this chip into you might have. Sure, you might turn into Daybreaker, but what if the chip completely corrupts you? So far that you would lose even yourself and your goals.
I don't think that is possible, quite frankly speaking. Twilight has taken so much away from me. All I want is that she pays and that Equestria learns to bow to me again. And whether it is me they bow to or a monster of darkness that used to be me, I don't care. As long as I win in the end.
So in other words, you're willing to risk the destruction of potentially all of Equestria and even yourself, just to get back at Twilight.
You're saying that as if it wasn't the justified thing to do.
Oh no, I was just summarizing everything of importance. As I'm positive that this will in no way make Equestria an overall worse place to live in than it already is, I have no concerns. As long as it all serves Ominous' plan, I'm fine with it.
Very true, it would no doubt be preferable. Greetings to you, my associates. I hope I am not interrupting anything.
As a matter of fact, you are.
I'm sorry then. Nevertheless, I am here for an important reason. You need to know something. As of today, Spike is no longer a part in my plan. He failed. Twilight and her friends were able to lure him into a trap and made him destroy my talisman. He was sent to prison for his crimes.
I see. Well, in my humble opinion, I always thought that implementing this little freak into your plan was nothing but a waste of time. All good he could have done was always going to be held back by his sheer patheticness, being the incel he is. I say we're better off without him.
While it is true that I am very far from mourning his loss, he did do a proper job of feeding drugs to Ponyville's youth. The only detriment to this is that I had underestimated how cheap Robotus really would be about solving this issue. But how is even someone like me to expect him using yet another Deus Ex Machina power that was never heard of before?
If it were up to us what happens, then I would say we could learn from all the times this has happened already and adapt. But since everything that happens is being decided by the very same robot, that's all in vain. We can only hope that we can manage to become so powerful that even Robotus can't control us anymore.
And that would be achievable?
Possibly, yes. I have this new idea of using my inner hatred to turn into Daybreaker.
Daybreaker? You mean like... Wow, that sounds awesome! I mean, yes, I see where you're going with this. Nightmare Moon was a formidable foe in the series, and this time, there will be nothing holding the darkness back. And once you have successfully turned into this mirror version of your sister, what are you going to do?
That's simple. I will hunt down Twilight and each of her friends and make them submit to me. Then I shall take back my throne and rule my kingdom once more.
Alright, that sounds plausible. Take Equestria and rule it how you see fit. But the main six, and I mean all of them, you will deliver to me. I will be the one who ultimately defeats them. Understand?
Yes, understood. They will all lie at your feet and be at your mercy. I promise.
Excellent. I take your word for it. Do not turn out to be a failure like Spike has. I would hate to find that I did nothing but waste my time with these alliances. Get to it, then.
You'll see, Ominous. I will be anything but a failure. In fact, I will be so successful that nothing and no one will be able to stop me. Not even you.
That's a very healthy relationship you have with your master, Princess.
There would be no less fitting word for him than master, honestly. Ominous was just a means to an end. He gave me power when I needed it, picked me up when I was down and ready to give up after my cloning scheme failed. I am grateful that he gave me my fighting spirit back, but nothing more than that. Unlike Spike, I didn't require any special treatment from him, merely his promise to keep Twilight occupied. But I don't owe him anything, not even loyalty.
Damn, Princess Celestia, you really are a villain through and through.
That should really not be your concern.
It isn't. Don't worry. I was just remarking that. If you promise that you will give me the same reward Ominous offered, I don't care who I support, as long as they turn out to be the right one.
That is the plan, Dr. Grass, and you have my word.
Then my skills are yours once more. What is the plan now?
You're going to construct this hate chip and make it compatible with me. Work fast and make no mistakes. Once my transformation is finished, once Twilight and her friends are destroyed, I will get back to you. You will get what you deserve, I promise you.
Was that supposed to be a hint that you intend to betray me as well once my usefulness has come to an end? Because if so, it had the subtlety of an exploding nuke.
Surprisingly, no. I actually did mean what I said. But you're right about the wording. That is something a treacherous villain would say. Anyway, is your task clear?
It is, Princess.
Good. I will check back in another week. And it would be beneficial for you to be able to show some results. Despite this plot not being tied to any deadlines, time is still of the essence. My patience is limited.
I understand, Princess. I will not disappoint.
See you in a week then.
Sorry I took so long, Sophie. I had some things to get settled. Hello? Sophie? She's gone, and so are my plans for the recolorizer. Truly one of the most cunning minds she is. Whoever would have guessed that she only worked with me in order to steal my plans? But never mind, luckily I don't need them anymore. For all I care, she can build as many recolorizers as she wants. I have other concerns now. Alright, then I should get right to it. Hey, Chip. If only I knew how to even begin.